Welcome to the Ringside Podcast. We are live. We have a full episode of in-depth analysis. And now, let's go up to ringside with the owner of WorldWrestlingNews.com and your host, Michael Burgess.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ringside Podcast. I am your host, Michael Burgess. I am the owner of WorldWrestlingNews.com and editor of WorldWrestlingNews.com. And what a show we have in store. Stay tuned, because coming up your way live here on Spreaker Web Radio, we are coming live with results and a very special for a full career retrospective. Just so much. So stay tuned.
Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight is the night, lights flashing when we step in the place, and you can feel the raw excitement from the look on their faces. The truth is you can find us wherever you are, just look up, we're flying high with the stars, cause tonight is the night. Bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight. You are now tuned in to the world's greatest. Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight is the night, lights flashing when we step in the place, and you can feel the raw excitement from the look on their faces. The truth is you can find us wherever you are, just look up, we're flying high with the stars, cause tonight is the night. Bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we leave the throne down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, ain't miss, can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight.
Hello, and welcome back to the Ringside Podcast. Well, this is it. This is our 11th episode in our podcast series, the Ringside Podcast. And we're going to kick off today's episode with some ringside news. This is the Ringside Report. Mark Henry represented WWE at the 10th Annual Stars and Stripes fundraiser hosted by the USO of Metropolitan Washington on October 4th, 2013. You can view the photos of Mark Henry at WorldWrestlingNews.com. We are able to confirm that Ric Flair is wrapping up a month-long stint in a rehab facility, having been sent at WWE's direction and expense. Both sides have been trying to keep things extremely quiet, with Flair himself misdirecting close friends and family about his whereabouts. According to a source, only Flair's absolute inner circle are aware of where he's been. Jim Ross has a new blog entry, and you can get that blog entry link at WorldWrestlingNews.com. The New York Post reported on Friday that one of the reasons why Stephanie McMahon has sold so much of her WWE stock as of late is to build a house. Stephanie, who owns property in Westport, Connecticut and Manhattan, has sold 833,000 shares of WWE stock in 43 separate transactions, netting approximately $8.3 million since the spring. Rob Van Dam denies reports that he was unhappy with his most recent WWE run. The plan is still for him to return, as his current contract calls for him to work in 90-day increments. Also, we are happy to announce at WorldWrestlingNews.com that we will be getting an interview with Rob Van Dam coming up down the road somewhere. But that will be on our special podcast entitled Pipe Bomb. But moving on with our Ringside Report news, the major talk backstage at WWE was the surprise announced of John Cena, his return. You can probably guess the things people were saying. Everything from is he rushing back? To how bad was he hurt in the first place? The bottom line is Cena has medical clearance, and WWE is glad for it. You know, once it became clear that Cena was cleared to compete, the feeling was they needed to announce him as soon as possible to help the ratings slide and improve the buy rate for Hell in a Cell. And a plan for a surprise return was off in favor of helping the viewing audience pick up traction. We're told heads were turned when a fired Big Show came down the ramp on Monday night and music after the main event. You know, there was a reason. However, it's playing into a long-term storyline that is likely to involve Vince McMahon. There was a legitimate concern about the WWE app vote regarding the special guest referee for Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. Obviously, the WWE wanted Shawn Michaels to win, but they scripted things for Bob Backlund and Booker T to say that would detract fans from voting for them. Even so, we're told it was relatively close until a last-minute surge gave the WWE the landslide they were looking for. Many saw the way Eva Marie was highlighted in the Divas tag match as a way to rib her, and apparently Rosa Mendez too. We're told there were some that didn't even recognize Mendez with her new haircut. You may remember that earlier this year, around the time that Rob Van Dam returned to WWE, when those rumors first started, they involved MVP. And we're being told right now that MVP is still actively pursuing a return to his former employer. Maurice Ouellette told Chris Kelly in London on Monday that she doesn't watch Total Divas, but wouldn't rule out a return to WWE in the future. And you can listen to that full interview at WorldWrestlingNews.com. Well, that's it for this Ringside Report. Moving on to Monday Night Raw. And of course our SmackDown report, but first, we had a hell of a pay-per-view. Battleground. Now, before we begin, we just want to announce that as of this episode of the Ringside Podcast, we are doing things a little bit different. We have a schedule to go for here and everything, but we will pretty much be given just quick results from now on. Quick results. As you know before, we gave very long, in-depth analyses that took over 20 minutes at times. But we are happy to announce that we have condensed each report to about 5 minutes. Well, let's move on to Battleground then. WWE Battleground. We kicked it off with the pre-show. And of course, Dolph Ziggler beat Damian Sandow. Then we moved on to the actual pay-per-view itself. Kicked off with the World Heavyweight Championship, RVD versus Alberto Del Rio. The winner of this match by submission, Alberto Del Rio. Then we get the Real Americans versus Santino Marella and the Great Khali. The winners of this match, the Real Americans. The Intercontinental Championship match, Curtis Axel versus R-Truth. Your winner, Curtis Axel. The WWE Divas Championship match, which was AJ Lee versus Brie Bella. Your champion, AJ Lee. The Shield versus the Rhodes family. The winners of this match, Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Then we get Bray Wyatt versus Kofi Kingston. The winner of this match, Bray Wyatt. Then we get Ryback versus CM Punk. The winner of this match is CM Punk. Then we move on to the main event. It is the WWE Championship. Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. Well, this was an interesting matchup here. And there's reasons why. Because, you know, first off, let's just get this out of the way. It didn't have a winner. We had Brad Maddox come out. We had the Big Show's music hit. Big Show knocked out Bryan, knocked out Orton, knocked out 2 referees. Scott Armstrong was reinstated. It was just crazy. It was crazy. At the end, there wasn't a winner, like I just said. But this will prepare you for Monday Night Raw the following night. And this is our Raw report. We get a rematch. Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow. Well, this time, without a doubt, Dolph Ziggler still wins. It's ridiculous. But let's back it up just a little bit. At the beginning of Raw, took place from the Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this involved Stephanie McMahon and the Big Show. Stephanie McMahon, she was slapping the hell out of the Big Show, this and that, and she says, no, you're going to beg to keep your job, and Big Show's like, I'm not going to beg. No, I'm not going to beg. He says, I did it because I wanted to. And Stephanie just starts slapping, bitch slapping Big Show like crazy. It's just insane. She says, you're fired to the Big Show, and then the Big Show has been fired from WWE, and we'll keep you updated on that later on throughout the weeks. Well, moving into some Divas action. Natalya, JoJo, and Eva Marie versus Oksana and Alicia Fox and Rosa Mendez. Winner of this match, Eva Marie, JoJo, and Natalya. And of course, then we get Jerry Lawler announcing that there will be a special guest referee at Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship, and we'll see who is in that fold a little later on. Then we get Brad Maddox. He comes out and apologizes and says that there will be a rematch between Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, as we already know, and then this and that. And Booker T comes out as the first candidate. Well, honestly, I didn't even know Booker T still worked for the WWE. That's that. But we also, during the break, we also get an app exclusive with Jerry Lawler calling out the living legend Bruno Sammartino, and he walks out, celebrates his 78th birthday. Back from break, we go get the Los Matadores versus 3MB. This is, I believe, their debut. And then, obviously, without a doubt, very quick match, Los Matadores win. Then we get Paul Heyman comes out, cuts a promo on CM Punk and this and that. Punk comes out, doesn't like what he's hearing, and then R-Truth comes out. And this sets up a tag match between CM Punk and R-Truth versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. Without a doubt, CM Punk, R-Truth are going to win this. Then we get Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. No problem here. Randy Orton wins. Then we get a backstage segment here with Vicky Guerrero and Alberto Del Rio, who's the World Heavyweight Champion. Alberto Del Rio starts sweet-talking Vicky, this and that. Then Alberto Del Rio comes down to the ring. Vicky announces that he will face Ricardo Rodriguez. And of course, this match starts. Vicky comes down and says, wait, Alberto, I have an opponent for you. You will face John Cena at Hell in a Cell. Ricardo Rodriguez gets the roll up real quick, counts Alberto Del Rio, which is odd because Ricardo went over the World Heavyweight Champion. I know, a ring announcer. Crazy. But after the match, the post-match, Del Rio attacks Rodriguez and throws him into the ring steps, locks a cross-arm breaker on, beats the living hell out of Rodriguez. That's the end of that. Then we get Fandango versus Zack Ryder. Squash match. Fandango wins. Then, Jerry Lawler comes out and this and that. Obviously, if you hadn't known, but it was Booker T, Bob Backlund, and Shawn Michaels who are in the fold right now for the special guest referee.